Hold on one second. I'm gonna go through some settings and make sure we're all good. Make sure we're all clear. Got me a dip in. It's all good, man. Now I just gotta figure out. Let's see here. We're just gonna check and see. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is get to where we can hear James and make sure we're all good. So I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear him good, because we're gonna go over some stuff, and you know what I'm saying. Just alright, man, I don't know what's up. It must be his, Include microphone audio from the headset or plus his camera. I'm just trying to figure out how. Alright, let's go ahead and start until he gets in here. I'm trying to figure out how I can keep the gameplay off the. I'm talking so slow because I'm trying to focus on two things. How I can keep the gameplay quiet while I'm talking so slow because I'm trying to focus on two things. How I can keep the gameplay quiet while let's see here. Alright, let's go ahead and start it up while let's see here. Alright, let's go ahead and start it up while wait for everybody to get in here. We're just gonna chill and wait till James gets in, then we're gonna kind of go over some stuff and see who all gets in here. Till James gets in, then we're gonna kind of go over some stuff. We got one person on, and see who all gets in here. Till James gets in, then we're gonna kind of go over some stuff. Just going over the live stream, making sure we're all good. Making sure we're all, hold on one second, let me mute myself on the gameplay so other people can't hear me. I don't know what's up. Let me try. Ah, screw it. We'll be good. Alright, we're good. We are good. I just had to change it. Alright, it just takes me a minute to get this stuff, guys. I had to change it because for some reason, you know, everybody else was hearing me and it just wasn't going down. Be sure to like the video if you do want to see more gameplay videos. I know it's going to take me a minute to get used to streaming, but hopefully we'll be good. Right, hopefully fucking people hop in here and see this. We got 2 people in here. Let's see if we can go and cut the master volume all the way down, all the way down. Let's see, we got it now. Let me go. Let's see. Alright, we should be good. Let's test it out. Alright, we should be good. Let's test it out. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we should be good. Let's test it out. We're good. Be sure to comment and let me know how it sounds. Thighbot, I wish I could play games without triggering my DPDR. What's up, Thighbot? I hope you're doing alright. You know, man, I don't know, it's more like, you know, what, I don't know, kind of like what triggers. Hey, what's up, man? Alright, I hear you good. You're good. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, yeah. Alright, I hear you good. Alright, so It's Your Life is in the live stream, but he's got to connect his stuff. So, if y'all got questions for me and James over at It's Your Life, be sure to drop them below. I'll wait till he gets through to ask this one question. We got one person here right now asking some stuff. So, Thighbot or whatever. Alright, so It's Your Life is in the live stream, but he's got to connect his stuff. So,
alright, I think I got it.
Are you good?
I think I am live.
Yeah, you're good.
Are you good? Good deal, good deal.
Alright, we're live. So,
what's on the docket for tonight?
Man, I figured I named the video Black Ops 3. That's just because what I'm playing is Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and then I got depersonalization featuring It's Your Life. So we can just kind of go over some stuff. But Thighbot asked, or they said, you know, I wish I could play games without it triggering my DPDR. But you know, like,
go ahead.
I don't know, man. I guess it's different for each person, like, but I do see like where they're coming from, because like whenever you're not in reality for so long and then it hits you, like, you're like, oh shit, like, I don't know, it does kind of take away from it.
Playing that game or something, like, man, how long have I been sitting here playing this game and that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I feel that, like, that's why I know that for me it does bother it a little bit. Certain parts of it makes better, and certain parts of it makes worse. So it's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of both.
Yeah, like, it can take your mind away from stuff, but at the same time,
it can get you further from. It can keep you in your head instead of around.
Yeah, yeah, it keeps you more like in the unreality aspect of DPDR.
Yeah. For sure, it keeps you out of the current. You're not engaging in the current moment. You're kind of like, it's almost like you're on autopilot.
Yeah.
Except for the movement of the hands.
Yep. Let's see. We get, what's the dude's name that's always in here? Man, that's fucked up.
Lucas?
Lucas, yeah. Damn, man, I forgot his name.
Luke G.
Lucas G. Uh,
I don't even know his last name. I always just say G.
I don't know his last name. It's like D'Angelo or something.
Yeah. That's what
Uh, yeah, man. Dude. Today was man. I had a shitty day today. Maybe it wasn't really shitty. It was just fucking long.
it is. Yeah, I had a pretty weird one today myself. For sure. I'm feeling pretty detached today. And I
Yeah,
have noticed the more time on days when I'm feeling super detached, are the days you most need human contact. That's the days you most need to be talking to people, to be doing whatever you can to be out of your head. Do not be sitting in a room alone. If you can be around people, be around people.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And you gotta stay busy and
Yeah, you gotta stay. On days you feel so detached, it feels like like you don't even have a soul, or you feel like you're just blank. That's the days the most you gotta freaking stay busy and stay on something.
yeah,
Talking to people is the best, but just if you're not around anybody, just have something to do. I mean, if you don't have anything to do, freaking clean like your room or something.
yeah, man. It's like even like it may just be the dumbest shit, man, but like exactly like you said, like cleaning your room, man. Like I will like get into it and like make sure I got everything organized to like just to like keep my mind occupied, or like go work on my truck, or like whatever the case is. But just anything to fucking keep your mind busy and not think about that bullshit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, definitely being actively engaged, especially like with talking or with actively engaged physically. Those are
Yeah,
the two best ones for sure.
yeah. Oh
For
god,
sure.
man, my fucking man. I went and tonight, man, my fucking body was just killing me, dude. I don't know what it was. I finally started getting back hardcore in the gym. I took kind of a week or two off to kind of get used to this job schedule, but I kind of started going back, and I kind of went in full force again, and shit, man, my whole body hurts, and I had to go take a fucking Epsom salt bath and kind of just chill.
Good for you, man. Get that pain. No pain, no gain.
Yeah, yeah. And it's crazy, dude. Like speaking of like muscle and all that, like I was getting to where I was getting pretty solid, like as far as muscle mass wise and shit, and I just taking like 2 or 3 weeks off, man. You can like lose that shit quick, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
for
like your
sure.
muscle memory, it will kind of like you'll be able to get back in it. And that's another
Yeah.
thing that helps me is because like fitness is like one of my passions. Like I love doing that shit, and that's another way I stay distracted. Like looking up, learning new stuff, and reading and trying new workouts and all that shit. Man, dude, I updated Call of Duty and I got like, dude, there's so many new maps for like zombies.
Hmm. I'm on that. I'm on that World War II.
Yeah, I need to scoop it up. I've been playing
Dude, I'm about
Fortnite.
to go back and I'm about to get back on that battlefield. It's been a while since I played it. It's
Yeah,
just so much more fun, man. Like I don't know, bro. It just seems so much more realistic.
yeah, it is.
This Call of Duty stuff's okay, but it's just not real. Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's so fake.
yeah, like all this jumping shit, like especially on these other
Yeah.
ones.
Oh yeah, especially on them futuristic ones like the new Black Ops and stuff.
Yeah,
Man, freaking, it's more like Halo than it is
yeah,
Warfare.
yep. I finally figured out how to fucking cut. Are you using the same microphone?
Yeah, same mic, same mic.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Sound better or worse?
No, it sounds better.
I don't know. I turned the volume up as high as I could on the mic, and then I turned the game volume down a bunch.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
turned my
did.
TV, turned my TV way down, so not any muffle in the background or anything.
Yeah, I think that fixed it because I cut, like I went to the settings like while I'm in a match and I cut the master volume all the way down and that fixed it because like you can hear both of our voices now.
Yeah.
But now ain't nobody in this shit. Let's,
Gotta figure out title stuff to
yeah, yeah,
either you gotta find more relevant titles or some kind of keywords or something that's
yeah.
gonna attract more people to it.
Let's see here.
But yeah. Oh, what else can we talk about just for people that are gonna be
Yeah.
tuning in later?
Well, I got a few people that I'm sending the invite to that I know will probably come in. I don't know, man. I guess we can, fuck, I don't know. There's so much shit to talk about with it.
Man, I came up kind of with a new mantra, if you will, today.
Yeah,
Like a way to think about things, because like once you get with DP and panic and all that stuff, like you change how you think. Like instead of thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go to the store and then just going, you think about going to the store. Then you got to think about how many different ways you can leave the store if you freak
yeah,
out. Then you got to think about who you gonna call if you do. Make sure you have your phone. Make sure you have like a Xanax or whatever with you. Make sure you know who's the closest person you know that lives around there in case you need somebody. We think about all that stuff instead of just thinking about, and then all of a sudden, like if it doesn't meet our criteria, like if we deem it to be too what we consider dangerous, like if it's too far out of our way or too far out of our comfort zone, we deem it dangerous, and we're like, okay, we're not going to do that, and we just kind of deflect it. We deflect the idea.
yeah,
But what you can do, I kind of came up with a new mantra today. Is it's I know what I want to do, I know how to do it, therefore I can do it.
yeah,
And that's
exactly.
that's that's basic human brain. If you know what you want to do, you know how to do it, then you can do it.
Yeah, it's all about changing that, like the way you look at shit, man. Like today,
Look at
like,
shit the way you just all of a sudden overthink it or over question it. It's think about it and then do it. It's action. It's
yeah,
action.
yeah, like, dude, today, like, I was so at my job. I drive a lot, which is weird because driving and DP and all that like kind of causes some anxiety. But I thought, hey, what better way to get over that than to get a job where you drive more? So, I got a job where I drive. I drive like I can drive anywhere from 20 minutes away to 2.5 hours away, and
Yeah.
like today I was probably like an hour away from my job, and like in a minute, like I got stuck in traffic. That's the worst, man. I got stuck in traffic, and this is how I know I've learned to like kind of like override my brain and kind of I'm changing some slowly, dude. I'm slowly changing these patterns that are getting better. But like I got stuck in traffic like an hour away from fucking work, and like it hit me, and I was like, damn, dude. Like if shit hits the fan, then this shit's gonna go down, and like
Yeah, I'm
all these
fucked.
bad thoughts. And but eventually I was able to just like I turned the music up and I got into it, and it was all good, man. Like you eventually,
You corrected yourself before you got too deep into your mind
yeah,
about it. Like
yeah,
you felt yourself. That's what you got to do, man. You got to recognize that you're starting to get that trigger. You start to get triggered and recognize it, and you deflect it and start doing something you know is gonna take your mind off of it as soon as you realize that you're starting to feel that way.
yeah. And dude, like one of the biggest tips for somebody watching right now, no doubt, 1,000% something that has helped me fucking more than 100% of the time is like whenever something comes up and you feel super DP'd or you feel like super out of it, like you just like you for real just gotta be like fuck it, like you just gotta be like bring this shit, like what's gonna happen, like just you gotta like fucking not be scared of it. You gotta learn how to not be scared of it. So like today I was in the truck and I
You
was
gotta
just
learn how to
driving.
not fear death.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like it's just like it became a thing where it was like I've been dealing with this for so long, like such a however long it is for you, me, the next guy, whatever. Like, hey, I've been dealing with this. Like, fuck it, like it's all good. Like, I'm not gonna die. I may feel weird for a minute, but I'll snap back into it. And you may not snap back into like full reality,
I
but
may feel weird, but feeling weird can't kill you. Fear can't kill you. Fear is an emotion, not an actual act of a threat.
yeah, and like. Man, I don't know, like, you just realize so much shit, dude, like, you just gotta become, like, this fucking monster that's like, fuck it, like, it's just gonna make you feel weird, so, take the shit, because that's what you need in order to not be scared of it. You have to keep on practicing it, like we was talking about, like, you gotta keep on getting scared in order to not be scared, like, you gotta keep on doing shit.
Yeah. The only way you can figure out how to deal with fear in this situation is by putting yourself in fearful situations all day, every day, so you get so used to it that you know exactly what to do whenever you feel it.
Yeah, like, something like, I don't know, man, like, some people, I'll just use, like, a fucking analogy that, like, that some people can, like, fucking think about, but, like, so, say, like, you got, like, your first, I don't know, experiment, like, with a snake, like, you're like in school for fucking whatever, and now it's your first day to actually like encounter a snake, and you got to hold it and do this stuff with it. Well, you've been thinking about it all week, and you're kind of like, like it don't seem that bad, whatever. But then the shit hits you, and like you're holding this fucking snake, and it's like, oh shit. Like I don't know what to do because like, it's just like that adrenaline hits, and then you forget what to do, and like then all of a sudden you forget about how you planned out all this shit. And now you're freaked out again holding this fucking snake. And it's the same thing with an anxiety attack or feeling super DP'd or like whatever. Like when it hits you, you just feel super, like you forget everything. And you gotta learn to not forget that shit.
Yeah, well, the more you do it, you gotta make it muscle. You gotta do it so much it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like the more you do it, the less likely, the better you're gonna be at reacting instead of forgetting everything.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And man, it's just, there's no time limit on it. It's all about how much effort you put in the shit. Like how much you face your fear, how much you really start not giving a fuck. Like you gotta truly give no fucks about like being scared of it.
That's true. You literally gotta be okay with it. You gotta become friends with it. Like they say, you gotta become friends with your demons. You gotta look in their face and laugh. You gotta to get where you're not scared of them. You gotta hang out with them every day.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. It's just like we overcomplicate it. We think depersonalization. We think, oh, this rare disorder that no one else has. Like that's the first thing that pops in my mind. Oh, this rare, super rare thing.
It's so complicated, nobody gets it. But in reality, all you gotta do is face it constantly and become unafraid of it, and it goes away. It's that easy. Literally, exposure and distraction is like, it literally, if you do that, it's that easy. That's all you have to do to create it, to beat it. But for getting where you're comfortable enough to do that, and getting ballsy enough to do that is the hardest part, is to make yourself do it.
Yeah, and it's
an extremely simple thing, but because we can't think logically while in depersonalization, we make it so complicated, it seems like it's never going to end. But in reality, looking at it from the outside, like if you were to look at it from a non-DP perspective, somebody who doesn't deal with any anxiety, like it's easy, just stop being scared of what you're scared of, face it, then you never have to worry about it again. Not that easy for us though.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's so like I correlate it to it's the same thing as depression. It's the same thing of like agoraphobia. It's the same thing as like these other mental disorders that you gotta face the fear. Like agoraphobia, you gotta face a fear of getting outside. And once it's not scary to go outside anymore, then you can start driving down the street. Once it's not scary to drive down the street anymore, you know, like each step, like once you're not scared of an anxiety attack, it's all good. Like I understand some people aren't necessarily scared of an anxiety attack with DP. Like it may be like an underlying issue, like other than just an anxiety attack. But most of the time, it's because you're scared you're gonna like disappear off this earth, man. Because it feels like
or die or go crazy. It's either die or go crazy.
Yeah, that's the two. And some people have more physical, like they feel like they're just gonna like pass out. Some people feel like, man, I don't know, like my heart's gonna beat so fast it's just gonna stop. But like for me, it's all mental. Like it's all.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's oh man, I feel like I'm gonna just forget who I am or forget where I am and just cease to exist. Like just literally go crazy. Like
yeah.
I'd be okay with having a physical panic attack.
Oh, for sure.
Fear of physical panic attacks is what drives a lot of the mental. Is keeping me where I'm mentally scared is the fear of the physical.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't have many physical symptoms. It's all mental.
Yeah, that's the same exact way I am, man. Like it's all like. I don't know, man. It's like I lost. It's just all the symptoms. So like we can go over like some symptoms of depersonalization. Like for somebody that's coming new to this channel, like I do all kind of shit. Like I may like be playing a game and I may like do a vlog or I may like talk about anxiety and depression and shit. But like anyway, like depersonalization is like when your mind's so exhausted that you kind of like disassociate for a period of time. It don't matter. There's no certain amount of time that can be, but like just however long it takes your brain to get back to kind of what it needs to be, and you gotta do.
And to get out of a fearful state.
Yeah, because that's all it is.
You gotta get not scared.
And I explain this shit to people. In order to get back grounded, and you have to be physically fit, you have to be mentally fit, you have to be fit like in your nutrition, like your fucking your meditation, like dude, not. And when I say meditation, I don't mean like fucking sitting Indian style like looking at a Buddha. Like it's not like that. Like just find like just dude
calming your mind and allowing your mind to have peace to work to where it can heal, because most people don't know, man, is even when we sleep, our minds still go. The only way you can actually technically give your mind a break is by meditating and slowing your thoughts yourself, because the only way you can do that is by consciously doing it. You don't actually rest your mind when you're asleep because you're dreaming.
And what people don't know is that they meditate all the time. They just don't fucking call it meditation. Whenever you're fucking sitting in your bathtub, having you a glass of wine, listening to some music, and you're just relaxed, trying to get over the day, you're meditating. That's what you're doing. You like it's doesn't like tonight. I meditated. I didn't classify it as meditation, but I did because I fucking took me an Epsom salt bath because my body was sore. I fucking turned on YouTube, threw a dip in, and I chilled in the tub like.
Good.
Like I was just relaxing, dude.
Yeah. Oh
Man, like for me, like that's it. Like that's like getting like a jacuzzi, man. Like throw some Epsom salt in it. Like put some YouTube on. Fucking throw a dip in. Like shit, I'm just chilling. What? Crack a cold one. But yeah, man, it's I don't. Damn, we ain't got nobody in here.
We don't.
No. Oh well, people see it later. Cause let me see how many views the other one has. Wake up, put a dip in, crack a cold one. It's got like 20 views. But like in like 5 days, my videos get like 100 views or some shit like that. But
It depends. It depends on which one of my videos. My most popular video gets probably 100 per week, maybe
yeah.
50 per week.
Alright, yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know how many I have. Let's see.
My one's up to about 9,000.
Yeah, I think mine is too. Wake up, put a dip in, crack a cold one. And I might be doing a video here soon. I'm getting another tattoo. And I'm thinking about, like and comment if you would want to see, like, a day in the life at my job. Like, me driving around the city. I think that would be kind of dope. Like,
Yeah, it would be to let people know that you really can do this.
yeah. Yeah, like I'm I'm literally driving around hours. So I go clock in at like 7:55. Get there at 7:55 in the morning. Go say what's up. I go get a drink out the refrigerator. Fucking chill. Go talk to everybody. Bullshit with the shop guys. And then like I go check with the boss. And I'm like, hey, y'all need anything before I go put my orders in? And he's like, yeah, here's a list. So I get this list, and it's stuff that all the mechanics need. And I'm driving to like Lowe's, to Midway, to appliances. Like, this is like hours apart, and I'm like doing this from like probably 9:30 to like 3 o'clock. So that's a lot of driving at a lot of places. So
yeah.
Like we talk about exposure, like that's exposure, because not only like not only am I driving, I'm driving far distances, and then I'm like communicating with people. Like I'm like searching parts in their inventory and matching products and shit. Like, so I'm getting my communication in, I'm talking to people, I'm fucking distracting myself with whatever else. Like I pull in somewhere and grab a bite to eat and shit. But I think that would be a cool video because it shows y'all like that you can do it, and that like little tricks I found that help me when I'm like out on the road for like an hour away, like shit that's helped me. So I might like the video. Let me know down below if y'all would want to see that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't really have too much shit coming up, man. I got a psychiatrist appointment coming up. I got a chiropractor appointment coming up. I just got to make this shit. The problem is my hours are the same hours as the chiropractor.
Yeah, man. And chiropractors, they only work like 3 days a week, too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I can hop in one day and maybe leave early. The job, dude, I fucking love my job. Like, if I show up like 30 minutes late, if nobody's gonna know, nobody gives a shit. Like, if I take an hour and 30 minutes for lunch, nobody gives a shit. If I leave like 20 minutes early, nobody gives a shit.
He doesn't suggest this for other jobs.
No.
For him.
Yeah, no.
He's lucky enough to be able to do that.
Yeah, no. Like, I've never had a job like this, and I don't do this stuff because I'm trying to get all the hours I can. But I'm just saying, like, it's a chill, laid-back job.
Yeah. And that's what people, and that's the best kind of job to have. If you have DP and you've been out of work, or you've stopped working because of it, or anxiety or whatever. Maybe to go back to work at first, you get a chill job. Not a job that is gonna make you a ton of money or that's super stressful. But just something that is gonna be within your wheelhouse. That's not gonna stress you out to that. That gets you back out there and proves to you that, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
This ain't a problem.
And like with the job I'm at, it can be a career with the money they offered me. Like, not like starting out, but like the different positions that they're gonna offer me that we already talked about this week. Like, it sounds super good. And like, yeah, I've been there like 2 weeks, and I've already got offered a position making like double. Like, it's super good, man. But I don't know, it could be a career, but like for right now, like I'm super chill with being the parts guy. Cause like I don't like being in a confined space for a long time, so being able to hop in my truck, turn the radio up, throw a dip in, fucking just hang out and shit, man, like that's cool with me.
I could go one.
But yeah, like that's kind of, man, that's, I just walked into this place and I was like, yo, seems like a chill job, man, like working on RVs and shit. Well, it's like it's a RV dealership, so like I work at a dealership.
There's
And
everything though, man. They sell more than us.
yeah,
Like a freaking monster warehouse.
yeah, it's a, dude, it's the biggest one in the world.
In the world or in the South?
In the world.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah. That's what I thought, and I was talking to the owner today, and he was like, yeah, it's the biggest one in the, I don't remember what word he said. Nation. He says the biggest one in the nation.
Gotcha.
But I was like, damn. But like, I guess there ain't that many RV parks, like RV dealerships.
Yeah, I only know of a couple around here. There's only, well, I know of a few around here, but they're all pretty big, but they're not that
Yeah, this place is fucking John. It's super chill, man. Everybody up there is cool. Like, it's this morning, I went and clocked in, and went and left and got some breakfast.
Man, I used to have a job like that where I was a runner, and it was the best, man. We'd wake up, all the guys that drove, we'd meet up at Chick-fil-A in the mornings, and we'd all be just chilling, man. Get our Chick-fil-A on, just hang out for a little bit, and then we hit the road.
Oh shit, Lucas is in here. I didn't even see it. What's up, Lucas?
Lucas is in the building.
Yeah, man. We're just I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. James is playing World War 2. Yeah, man, we're just chilling, man, talking about shit. We're just talking about random shit.
DP and
How's your day going,
job.
Lucas? Not much. You guys? Oh,
Just
man.
chilling, man.
Yeah,
That's
just
what's up, done.
just fucking. We figured we'd. I don't know. I like doing these, man. If we can get more people in here. Seems like more people like seeing me instead of seeing gameplay and shit, but I have a bunch of people comment on my other gameplay videos and they're like, oh damn, I missed it. But so I don't know, it seems like people do want to see it, but
I can't have people watching my gameplay videos. They'll be making fun of me because I'm trash.
yeah, I'm trash too. I just don't give a shit.
They'll be watching they'll be trying to get on me about being terrible. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we're good, man. Not too bad. Lucas says he's not doing too bad. So what's up, man? Lucas, I know you had that job interview. How'd that go? Did you start your job yet? Bro, I've been having this symptom where, like, I don't know, man. I can't even explain it. Like, it's like, I know we talk about, like, we're just going to forget where we're at, but, like, it's like, oh, I don't know, man. It's like one of them symptoms I can't even explain. Like I feel like I'll just be sitting there and I'm just gonna forget everything. Like,
Oh, dude, yeah. It's like, man, I have that problem all the time. I'll be in the middle of a conversation and just forget entirely. And
yeah,
just forget entirely what I'm saying. Like, I'll be in the middle of a conversation with somebody talking about something, and then all of a sudden, I'll just go quiet, and I'll just go, I don't even remember what we were talking about, man. It's like my mind. Do you ever do that?
yes.
Dude, it's like it just disappears, bro, and I feel like an idiot, because I feel like whoever I'm talking to is just like, this idiot just forgot what he was saying. Like, literally, not just forgot what I was talking about, like, literally can't remember any of the conversation for a second, and then all of a sudden, 30 seconds or a minute later, it comes back to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's not even like conversations all the time. Like sometimes it's like, am I gonna forget like how to get home? Like, I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's weird. Like, I'll be driving and I'll be like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel super weird, but then all of a sudden I'm like, wait. And then I'll be like, have I really gotten out of it? Have I really like made this much progress? Or like, have I really, or all this dumb questions start coming? And then I'm like, do I really know how to get home? Like, cause this shit doesn't look like 100% familiar.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy because no matter how many, it's like even though you drive that every day, it's like you get mad at, you almost get angry at yourself. You're like,
Oh
man,
yeah.
why am I still asking myself, like, do I really know how to get home? Clearly, I know how to freaking get home. I'm on the way home right now. Why do I keep asking
Yeah.
myself if I know how to get home?
Yeah, and then you're like, cause sometimes I almost feel like I'm gonna forget like where to turn, and but I know in my like deep down I know for sure, but it's still like I don't know, man. Like a piece of my brain's missing or some shit.
That's dude. I seriously, it feels like a part of my brain is not on.
Yeah, it feels
It's
like
not
one of the
on. It's
cords
like
are
it's
unplugged.
like yeah. It's like back in the day, man. On your place, back in the day on your Xbox when you had to plug in the three when you had to plug in the
Yeah.
three phones, the video, and the auxiliary, and the freaking sound. It's like you forgot to plug the sound in. You're just playing
Yeah.
without the sound. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I swear.
I don't know if Lucas heard me tonight. Lucas, hey, I don't know if you're still in here or not. I'm trying to see if you damn, my fucking shit is glitched out. I'm trying to see if you got that job or not. I'm hoping you did.
I hope so too, man. Should be dope.
Yeah, man, you gotta just and let me give you a tip, Lucas. If you this is your first time starting back, this is simple, but I promise you it's gonna help when you're out there. Whenever you're out there working and you feel super weird and different than everybody else, just remember that somebody else is doing the same shit with you. Like, just remember
Yeah.
that I'm out here working with DP too. That shit'll help you for sure. Like just having that backbone of like, oh man, like I feel so fucking weirder than everybody else because everybody up here is normal and I got DP and I feel weird and it's making me feel more. We just remember that like I had those same thoughts, like, and I'm doing this shit too with you. Oh yeah, Lucas, anytime, man. I don't know. I try to just like give tips that that'll benefit you.
Dude,
And
I got something real quick I want to go over.
yeah,
So
go
I
here.
figure he's probably watching.
Yeah, he is.
Tanner Brandon. Um, you emailed me asking me why we were laughing at you talking about you in our live stream.
Yeah, me
We're
too.
not laughing at. We were not laughing at you at all. We were referring to you because you're always emailing, sending a lot of emails, and we're saying this is the time which you need to be asking your questions while
Yeah,
we're doing these live streams. So we weren't laughing at you, and we
yeah,
don't think you're a lost cause.
at
You
all.
just ask the same questions over and over and again, and it gets a little irritating. But I understand where you're coming from in desperation aspect, so I know why you ask them over and over again. But try to do your best to ask them while we're in a live stream. We're not laughing at you. We just would prefer that you ask them during a time like this instead of asking them over and over again.
Yeah, and like he sent me the same exact email, and like, yeah, man, it's like, cause I mean, I talked to him a lot, and I talked to him back in the, last year sometime, and you're a cool dude, and I wasn't like, it wasn't laughing at you. It just got to the point where it was like, and like
Same
I
thing.
didn't, yeah, man, it's like I would tell you something. And I don't like. I'm not trying to sound like negative or like put you down or nothing like that, because I don't think that of anybody. And it he's like James said, like I know this shit is like, whenever you're super
Yeah,
like desperate,
I know it makes you feel desperate.
yeah. Because I remember like I was the same way, but I just want you to get to the point. Like that's why I stopped emailing you so much, because I wanted you to get to that point where I got to. Like I finally got to that point.
You're relying too much. You're seeking reassurance too much instead of having confidence in yourself. You're looking for somebody else to give you confidence, and that's never gonna help you until you can give it to yourself.
Yeah, because like, dude, you, no bullshit, 1000%. You are like so much fucking stronger than you think, but you just think that you feel this way. You're super weak or whatever. But you got to learn, man. That like I remember I was emailing people all the time, and like, hey, fucking help me. I don't give a shit what I gotta do. I'll do this. I'll do that. And it got to the point where this dude, no, he no longer talked to me, and I was like, "What? Like, yo, why the fuck this dude just dropped me like that?" And it wasn't that he dropped me; like he realized that he had to do that for me because. And I remember this guy. This guy, it was a dude that had a DP video, and he had long. It was an Indian dude, and he had long like braided hair or some shit. And I got dude's personal information. And he was like, just follow the. He gave me a step procedure, and he was like, just follow these, and I didn't ever hear from him again, but I kept the list, and like it's basically the same shit we go over. It's like it's fucking get out there, face it, fucking learn new techniques and shit, and that's what I try to tell all these people that email me, but some people like, not just you either, like some people just
it's multiple people. It's not just you.
Yeah.
It's
Like
multiple people.
yeah, it's just like you almost gotta like you don't want to be mean, but you like, dude, you got to know that, yeah, you got to know that you can do it. Like you got to have fucking belief.
I'm never gonna be able to give you the confidence that you need to be able to face this thing. Like until you face it yourself, and you don't need me to tell you, dude. Just because I tell you, all that happens when you ask me a question and say, do you think this is this or whatever, and
Yeah.
I say yeah, and I give you the reassurance that no, you're not going crazy, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. That may reassure you for just a couple hours or whatever. And you're good.
Yeah.
But until you prove it to yourself, you're gonna keep seeking that reassurance. And that reassurance ain't gonna get you. It's not gonna heal you. It's not gonna get you anywhere until you get through it yourself and face it. It's not gonna do it. That's why I won't answer it, because it's not that I don't want to help you. It's that it's not doing you any good for me reassuring you all the time.
Yeah, and like so. Yeah, and there's two aspects to this. For one, it's that reason. It's all that you need to get better. Number one. Number two is that I have my own life, right? And not to be like cocky or like nothing like that, but like I say this a lot. In order for me to get to my 1000% goal, I can't have people texting me saying, "Hey, okay, so this is just some emails I've got. I'm not going to say names, but I've got some emails that said, hey, I talked to this guy that said DP will never go away." I don't want to fucking read that shit when I'm having a fucking bad day. Like, this is why I kind of distance myself from people. Like, I distance myself from the whole giving my number out and personal email and shit. Like,
yeah, like I'm fighting a battle too. I'm not trying to I know y'all rely on us a lot, but I can't. I have bad days too, and I can't. On my bad days, I can't be helping you on your bad days. Damn, sometimes I need to be able to have a bad day and feel bad too.
Yeah, and like, you got to realize, man, that. And first of all, we're doing these live streams to set. Like, I do live streams a good bit. I do videos a good bit. Me and James have covered most of this shit. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Pretty much everything that I pretty much everything I know, aside from maybe a couple things, I've done videos on.
Yeah.
And that's why I refuse to answer questions on things that are in my videos, and I just say, look, I'll give them a quick overview and be like, look. I talk about this in all my videos, so until you've watched all my videos, email me after that, because, I'm not going to waste my time answering something that I've already taken time out of my life to answer a video for y'all. It's not, I'm being selfish because that's my time. Like, I've already put the time in, and I shouldn't have to email you and say this, you have to put the time in for your own recovery by watching. Like, you can't just email me and expect me to take 10 minutes out of my life emailing you 3 pages back when you could take 20 minutes out of your life and watch my video.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, man. Like, and I feel like
that's what I'm talking to Tanner about.
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I talk to him. Is I covered it in my videos. I don't expect to be asked about it again.
Yeah. It don't matter how many times we reassure you or anybody, until you go engage in it, like even though you're telling me that whenever y'all email me and y'all say, hey man, I'm getting out and living my life, I'm getting out and doing this stuff, but are you really facing your fears? Or are you just like getting out for like here and there every day and then coming home and researching depersonalization videos? Like, cause like if you're doing that, you're not really doing it. Like you cannot.
Exactly. You gotta commit to it full stride. Like it can't be no, oh, I'm gonna go out and do exposure once, once a week. It's
Yeah.
gotta be every day. You have to commit to your therapy and, commit to your own recovery because if you don't, ain't nobody else gonna do it for you, boss.
Yeah, and you can't go like, hey, I'm gonna go out here for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna go run to the store, and that's my exposure for the week. I'm gonna come back and watch DP videos and figure out what's the real key. Like, I feel like
You'll drive yourself crazy obsessing like that.
Yeah, and that's what happens.
The real key is being out there doing it, not watching the videos.
Yeah, and even though like I do these videos,
how do you think people have gotten out of it before these videos existed? By
yeah,
just going out and forgetting about it.
Yeah, what do you think? Like depersonalization just started when these videos came up? Like
DP is almost one of those things that once you put a name to it, it's not as scary, yes, but at the same time, it's almost a negative to know as much about it as we do. It's almost a negative to have as much information out there as there is now because you spend all your time looking at it, whereas people before videos and Google was out, if they felt this way, they were scared and stuff, but they just got on living their life and they forgot about it because they didn't spend all day on the fucking internet reading about it.
Check this out. I got something super interesting.
But that's a good sentiment for both of us right there, Dylan, is what we just said. If y'all get anything out of this live stream, what we just said the past couple minutes is super important.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to have, so there's not some key piece of knowledge. There's not some secret code or some one sentence that's going to change your whole life if you hear it while you have DP that it's all going to make sense all of a sudden. There's no secret piece of knowledge. You just got to live. You just have to go live your life again and readjust to the world. You have to be willing to feel the pain of doing that because life's constant pain. That's another reason a lot of people get in this thing, man, is they want to have this perfect life where there's no pain, but that doesn't exist, man. Like, life is 80% pain.
Yeah.
And when you're not willing to feel pain, you get out of balance, and that's when you get stopped up. And exactly what I'm talking about, like you stop processing trauma because you numb yourself, whether you realize it or not. You refuse to feel the pain, but working through that pain is healthy. Like pain is part of life.
Let's see. Hold on, Lucas is going off on us. Hold on. You shouldn't talk about people on this. You should email them and tell them instead of centering them out live. Like this, so Lucas, this is the thing.
That's the thing, though. I'm not calling him out. I'm not being a jerk to him at all.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I was the same way. I was just like him. I was desperate and all that. I just want to say this is the appropriate place. You're gonna ask that same question again. Ask it here so I can inform others, because I'm sure other people have the same questions and they're not commenting. And since you have them, comment them just so I can answer them. So not only you can get the answer, but everybody can.
Yeah, it's more like we have to say his name so he knows who we're talking about. So like when he comes back and watches this video, he knows that he can come back here and we can chill. Like, dude, I have no problem. He has a PS4. I have no problem with him hopping in a party and talking with us. No problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only reason we say it, because I wanted him to know that we weren't laughing at him. I had to clarify that. Or anything like that. I would never laugh at anybody dealing with this. It's just making, I'm a stern dude. I'm not a fucking kid. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I'm a grown man, and I'm going to tell you straight up, you're emailing me too much, and you need to watch my videos and you need to ask on here. It ain't nothing, bad about it. I'd expect somebody to say the same thing to me. I'm not making fun of anybody.
Yeah, and I feel like Lucas, you got to remember, man, like, I don't know, man, like Yeah, yeah, like I'm talking about like, and not like, you know what I'm saying, like stuff that like we've already like I've already talked to him about, and I don't know, like I just want him to know that he comes here. This is what I have. This is what I've done all of this for this
I'm doing
year.
this. Yeah, we're doing these videos so we can ask the questions here, not ask the same ones in an email. If you're gonna ask it here live. Like if you have a new bit of information, or you truly have a new question we haven't covered, email's the place to go. Or here if you're not on during the live stream. But here's the place to do it. That way it's easier, because it's much easier to talk and answer a question than it is to take 10 minutes typing a novel in a freaking text.
Yeah. Well, see, look, Lucas, but his name on everything else is his name. You see what I'm saying? Like yours, it says Lucas D'Angelo. Like it says it. Like it says Tanner, whatever. Like it's maybe we shouldn't have said his last name, but like that's just like what came to mind. But like it says his name on everything.
I didn't say his last name.
Oh, I did?
Oh, I don't know.
I think you did.
I don't know. Whatever. I wanted him to know. Heck, just so he knew. It was more of an apology to begin with. It was an apology for me saying, I didn't mean for you to take it as we were laughing at you. It was in no way meant that way. It was more of an apology to say, I'm sorry you felt that way. That's not what we intended.
Honestly, I would rather you... Yeah, I would rather you talk to us through here and like get all these questions that you have and us answer them, like...
So we can talk them live. So, because you got to understand, it takes time out of our life. We're doing this for free. We're not getting paid to answer questions. So being on here, where we can both sit here and play a video game or whatever, and it's not really taking too much time out of our life, and we can communicate, and it's good for us too. But when we have to answer, emails, that's taking actual time out of our life, where we're doing something we don't want to be doing, and we're not getting paid for it. And when we have to do it about the same thing over and over again, it gets a little irritating. And that's the only thing we're saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Lucas. Like, it's all good though. Like, I see. I've talked to this guy. I've let him know 1,000 times in an email. I'm not like putting him down, I'm just saying like this is the next thing to get across. But I see what you're saying. Like, if I slipped up and said his last name, it's just because I say that. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I just slipped up and said it all one word.
Saying a username.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, but yeah, man, it's I don't know. Like, I don't. All y'all know on here. Like, I preach about like not putting people down. I preach about like not giving a shit what people think.
Exactly. Then that's the thing, is I'm not putting you down. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, like, man,
there's a difference.
Yeah, like it was good. So check this out. I was good enough to give this dude my cell phone number, and let him give me a call. I've done this before, back when I first got DP, back when I wanted to like get in touch with everybody, and kind of. But once I figured out the tools, and I figured out what needed to happen, and I figured out who was staying in DP and who wasn't staying in DP. The people that were staying in DP was the people that was continued to obsess about it, and have these obsessive thoughts and obsessive questions, and I needed to stay away from that. So I kind of distanced myself for a while, and kind of got annoying, and some emails I'd be like, look man, like fuck, I don't know what else to say, like I've gave you everything you need, but I'm still learning myself. Like I'm not a psychiatrist.
I'm no guru. I've just learned a lot.
Like I just get on YouTube, and I'm not afraid to like give my experience. Like that's the difference between me and a lot of other people that I know and where I'm from. Like I'm
doing this to help people. I'm putting my life out there. In order to try to help somebody else. Like, man, I don't want anybody knowing my business about this. But guess what? I got over that because I was like, what's more important? Helping maybe 1,000 people who also deal with this, or helping no one, just keeping it locked up because you're embarrassed to let somebody know that you have anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take helping 1,000 people anytime.
Yeah, for sure. And
anyway, something else. I mean, that's all I wanted to do. it wasn't meant to be a long, drawn out conversation about, about somebody doing that. That wasn't my intention. It was just as, an apology and to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
clarify what was happening.
Well, he'll know that.
Yeah.
What was I saying before that?
Something about waking up, putting a dip in.
Yeah, then cracking a cold one. I'm finna crack a dip in.
You cracked a cold one the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
Cracked you a cold one.
I cracked me a cold one, man. First time in a while.
I gotta crack me a cold one on the regular, just to sit. Especially once it starts heating up outside, man. I come home, crack a cold one. Get on it.
Man, I wish I could, dude. I wish that, of course, like, so everybody knows, like, I'm on Prozac and Klonop, and that's the whole fucking Southern living, moving forward. Like, that's what my videos are known for, my Prozac review and all this shit. So, like, y'all know I'm on medication. But, like, that's why I don't drink. Like, and I was always the guy that would, dude, I'm talking about get totaled at a party. Like, people,
me too.
yeah, it's just hammered, dude.
When I was going out, it wasn't no game, dude. It was,
Yeah.
I'm putting a whole natty cube. I'm putting it away.
Yeah.
I'm wrecking a dirty 30 by myself.
Yeah, and that's what sucks so bad, dude, because I used to, man, dude, like, that was my meditation. Hanging out with my boys, and, like, hanging out with my boys and just, like, drinking a beer. Like, not even, like, the aspect of, oh, I'm gonna get fucked up. They wasn't like that all the time. Like, it was just, like...
Yeah, me neither. It wasn't about alcohol. It was about having fun.
Yeah, like, just chilling at the bonfire and...
being around my friends or my family, drinking and having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and then all that shit, like, but like this at the same time, beer is not my motherfucking priority. I could give two shits if I ever had a beer again in my life, as long as I had happiness.
Exactly.
So, like, I kind of came to terms, and I was like, man, look, you can't be drinking beer. You gotta fix your diet, man. Fucking get in the gym, like, shit that other kids my age ain't doing. Shit that other people my age from the South ain't doing. Other people from the South ain't battling fucking anxiety. And that's a whole new fucking topic, but... Oh, man, it's like... I don't know, like, I've talked about this a lot, but it's something...
Well, they're dealing with it. A lot of people deal with it. It's just not an openly discussed subject.
Yeah, and it's not as like, potent. It's not as severe. And I think that's what makes it so bad. That's what scared me so much in the beginning. Like, man, like, cause like for me, if y'all meet me in person, y'all are gonna know I'm an open ass dude. Like, I don't I'll tell people whatever now. Before, wasn't like that. I was closed up.
Yeah, me too. Man, I'm the same way. I was closed up. Like, I was always trying to be cool and everything. Like, I would only discuss things like, I would make myself be something I'm not, or I would, I wouldn't talk about things that I was interested in for fear of, ridicule and just something everybody being like, dude, that's weird, like, or whatever, And now, man, I don't give a shit now.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell anybody anything if they got a problem, we can deal with it.
Yeah, like, and it ain't even like, I'm talking about, like, dude, I will straight up just be like, dude, like, I'll tell people, like, about my anxiety and shit, and they'll look kind of weird, and I'll just be like, well, fuck them. Like, I won't fuck with him no more. Like, it's a...
Exactly, like, bro, this is my life, I mean...
Yeah, like, you want to act like it's...
Yeah, acting like it's weird, it's just weird. You just ain't used to somebody being open about it.
It just sounds weird. Like, if you tell somebody, I've noticed, man, like, my close boys, like, they don't get it, but they don't treat me no different. Like, they don't think of it like...
Same here.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, some of them get it, they've dealt with some anxiety, but they've never dealt with it to an extent that I have. But, they don't look at me no different. They're like, that's still my boy. They ain't gonna say nothing about it. They get it. They're just like, it's just something he deals with. Just like as one of them deals with asthma, I deal with anxiety.
Yeah. All right, Lucas. Have a good night, man.
It's, part of my journey. Everybody's is different.
Fuck, got distracted. Yeah, man. I've told, dude. I kind of, that was my problem. That's kind of like what causes my stress and anxiety is not being open.
Yeah, not being open and caring what other people thought about you.
Yeah.
Caring too much about what other people thought of you.
And so what I started doing was like, so I got a job at a liquor store. My first job at a liquor store. I worked at 2 liquor stores during DP. The first one, there was this chick I worked with at night, and I would always talk to her, man. She didn't really give a fuck. She was a recovering drug addict, so she check this out. Okay, but before I forget, okay, we're gonna get this first, and then I got a story that's gonna be super fucking interesting. So I would talk to this chick about my DP and all that, and but she was a recovering drug addict, and she went through rehab and detox, so she knew that feeling I was talking about, but she didn't know what it was. She was like, yeah, I know that feeling you're talking about where you feel like super weird and spacey. Like, that's what she was experiencing DP because she had such a high amount of anxiety coming off of that detox.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like she still like looked at me like that chick was dope, man. She was cool. She was cool until I left, but she would always, still treat me like a normal, like, Southern 20-year-old that fucking lived in Mississippi, down where I live, man. Like, it was, and she was cool about it. But just, like, opening up and practicing that more, like, fucking, when you get close to somebody, just talk to them about this shit if you ain't told them. Like, just tell them, like, dude, I've been having this crazy anxiety. Don't call it fucking depersonalization. Don't fucking say DPD. Like, just fucking say you got anxiety, okay? Like,
yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah,
they may not understand, but they'll at least know what you're talking about.
Just be like, this is how I explain to people. Man, dude, like, I've been having some crazy ass anxiety to where, like, this anxiety I deal with, dude, it's like, I feel weird and spaced out and fucking feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. And, like, to them, they're like, oh, yeah, I feel like that all the time. But, but the point is you're getting it off your chest. Like, you're letting them know you have anxiety.
Yeah, they may not understand, like, they may think they understand, and let them think they understand.
Yeah.
Like, if they say, oh, I feel that way all the time, don't be like, no, mine's different.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta say that. Just know that, you're getting off your back, and be like, yeah, it just bothers me a lot. It bothers me more than others for some reason.
And then, like, check this out. So whenever you're talking to somebody, this is a good thing, too, that I've noticed that I've done. Whenever you're like, man, I feel like I'm here, but my soul's gone. Anybody that has depersonalization watching knows what I'm talking about. You feel like legit your mentality is gone. And some other person may be like, oh man, dude, I've been feeling like that for the past 2 years at this job I've been working. Just like he said, don't say like, oh, mine's different, because like that'll spike more stress and anxiety. Just roll with it. Like, just be like, okay, he deals with anxiety too. Like, put that in your mind. Like, don't automatically compare yours is worse, because that causes more anxiety.
Exactly.
And yeah, but this fucking story I got, it's pretty fucking cool, and it'll show you how fast you can actually snap out of DP. I was on the phone with Justin. I'm not gonna say his last name. I was on the phone with Justin, but most people know Justin on here.
Justin that I know?
Yeah. I was on the phone with him. I hit him up probably, man, shit, I don't know, close to a year ago. But we talked for a couple hours. It was right around the time I met you.
I need to hit Justin up.
Yeah, I ain't talked to him in a while. Dude, I think he like blocked everybody with DP on Face. See if he blocked you. I'm gonna whoop his head. I'm just fucking with you, Justin. I wouldn't whoop your head, man. But no, something like
No. Oh man,
I don't know. I ain't seen Justin. I mean, I'm on Justin's level. Like, he's about 6 something. I'm about 6'4". I'm 6'4", 210.
I'll whoop both y'all head, and I ain't but 5'9".
Dude, I'll whoop your head without my hands. I'll whoop your head with my feet.
I'll whoop your hand with my left testicle.
Everybody's getting a left testicle whooping. But all right, check this out. So
I know he's real. He's real about. I know he's real about that. That may be true because I want to say I'm not positive because it's been a while since I've talked to him. I want to say maybe this may have been somebody else, but like maybe the last time I talked to him, he was like, I haven't been on Facebook for a while because something, it was irritating him and it was making him mad or something like.
I think so.
The world. I want to say he was saying like he's taking a break for a while. He may have full on deleted his Facebook after that.
Yeah, well, also Justin works he works a government job. I'm not gonna like say like what he does. I don't know if he put it on there or not, but like he works a government job that doesn't like social media and all this shit doesn't help. If he does have some kind of problem show up. But anyway, I was talking on the phone with Justin one night, probably like 3 hours. Super cool dude, like knowledgeable, and yeah, yeah. But we was talking for like 2.5, 3 hours, man, about like deep shit and everything. And then he was telling me about a story, how he was a medic, or he was something along the lines in the government agency, and he was helping this lady, and she had it was a kid. It may not have been a lady, it was a kid or something, and they drug overdosed, and they got back to the hospital. He went upstairs, and this is while he had overcome DP, and got back upstairs, and the kid was like, oh my god, man, like he was on all this medicine and stuff after he had drug overdosed, and was like, oh my god, dude, like I feel like I'm not here, like I feel so weird. And Justin lied to him and said, oh dude, it's just the effects of the whatever medication you're getting in you. Whenever you wake up, it'll be gone whenever that gets out your system. And then he gave him his card, and never heard from the kid again, and checked on him like a week or two later, and the kid was good. Like just so you know that like.
Yeah, man, a lot of it that kind of proves it. Man, it's all anxiety, or it's all just in your head.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like a super cool story I completely forgot about. It's like, it's good to know you have DP whenever you don't know what the fuck it is, but then again, once you find out what it is, it's like you can't get enough information about it because you don't understand it and you never will.
That's the thing, and that's something that a lot of people, getting the basic. All you really need to understand about DP is it's an offshoot, it is a symptom of anxiety.
Yep.
That's the only thing you need to know about DP, and that's the problem too many people have, is they want you to fully understand DP. And I hate to break it to you, but it is not possible to fully understand DP because even the doctors don't fully understand.
Yeah.
They know what it is, they know why it happens, but they don't understand what causes. I mean, they know what causes it, but they don't understand the mechanism of which actually turns it on. So
Yeah.
there's no point in understanding it because you will never fully understand it. It's like trying to sit there and figure out why is the sun heating the earth. We will never know that. We will never know how it got there. We won't know why. It's just something that you just have to accept that it's just there.
And something that used to freak me out when I was younger, dude. I'm talking about, it used to scare me to where I would start to kind of feel like weird and shit. And this comes down to thinking too much. I've always been a deep thinker, but being younger, I would think like, oh, like what the fuck, like what was before Like, okay, so what was before Jesus? And then what was before that? Like, what was before the world? You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, dude, I've always been the same way, and I'm still that way. And
Yeah. I
it's
can't think
it's
about
it's
that.
it's it's a scary thought, but it's also an incredibly cool thought because it only scares you because you have anxiety and DP. If you were
Yeah.
thinking about it from a positive point of view, it would not scare you. It would amaze
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's like, oh, I don't know, it was so weird, dude, and it would freak me out. But eventually I got older, and I was like, look, that's not helping you. Every time you, like, as I got a little older, I was like, wait, every time you think about this, you get scared and almost have a panic attack. So why do you, like, just avoid it? So then I started learning to, control my thoughts a little bit better and better and better, and eventually got to the point where I could control it a lot. But I don't. It's not just about anxiety and DP. It's about life. Like, you got to change so much shit and become such a stronger dude and or woman. And like, I know when it hits, shit gets different. When it hits, like, it's like, oh shit. I forgot everything. I haven't made any progress or whatever. But it's just about, like,